Hi, my name is Jenny Barney. This is EDUC 410, Elementary Curriculum Social Studies Methods. The date is 6/22/23 and the lesson or the assignment is Social Studies Lesson Implementation Video. Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
We're going to be talking about some stuff today.
Ooh.
What do you think of when I say the past?
Think of a long time ago.
Long time ago, right? Because things that are in the past usually happen a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Can the past be yesterday?
No.
Why?
Because yesterday is basically today, because one day down.
Well, would you consider an hour ago to be in the past?
Kind of.
Yeah, so then yesterday, would that be in the past?
No.
It happened yesterday.
No, because it's not a long time.
Does the past have to be a long time ago?
No.
What about a year ago? Is that in the past?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Mhm.
Because when I think of the past, I think about something that's not currently happening or it's not gonna happen.
Mhm.
So sometimes things that happened 5 minutes ago is the past. But a lot of times when people are thinking about the past, they do think of stuff that happened a really long time ago.
Mhm. Like one time in the past, people were separated into different class schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know of anything else that happened in the past?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
What kind of people lived in the past? Can you think of anybody?
No.
People that lived a really long time ago.
Oh.
Like, Martin Luther King.
Mhm.
Did he live in the past?
Mhm.
Yep.
I remember some other people, but I don't think they did live in the past, though.
Well, why don't you give me a name?
I don't know it, but it was, I don't know her name, but I know she was the first woman to go to outer space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was definitely the past because that happened a long time ago.
Mhm.
And if I'm correct, I don't believe she's still alive today.
Mm.
So yeah, you're right. That was the past.
Mhm.
And the past can be events that happened,
Mhm.
like the moon landing.
Mhm.
That was in the past. That was a while ago. And do you think that in the past they had stuff like we do today?
No.
No. Can you think of something that maybe they didn't have back then that we have now?
No, but they usually have like old rag things, like those pillow sheets, wait, no, they still
It's
have.
okay. It's okay.
They still had those pillow sheets, so they still had the pillow sheets next to the trash can, so like you sleep there. Like we don't have that now because we never see any of that.
Yeah.
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 And they used to have like bars at like a desert, possibly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're thinking of the Wild West.
Mhm.
Yeah, where they had the taverns.
Mhm.
In the area around it was kind of like a desert.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was definitely a long time ago.
Mhm.
And a long time ago, they didn't even have cars.
Yeah, they only had horses.
Yeah, they only had horses. Did you know that in the past, schools were a lot differently than they are now?
Mhm. They were used to be like really short like this.
Yes, you're right. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you this picture of a school, and it's of a classroom a long time ago, okay? So I'm going to put that up there. And here, I'm going to give you one to look at. Okay, now I'm going to give you a few minutes to look at it, okay? And I want you to see if you recognize anything that looks different. Okay, so I'm gonna give you like 5 minutes to look at that and see what you can see what you can say. So I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, Tyler, now that you've had some time to look at the picture, I want you to tell me the things that you found in the picture that look completely different from your classroom today.
There's a blackboard instead of a whiteboard.
Right. And what do you notice about the blackboard?
They're in a kind of a row.
Right. Yeah, because there's one back here and then there's one on this wall.
Yeah, like it goes in a straight line, but it cut off so here, but then it goes there.
It continues, yeah.
Yeah. And the pictures.
Yep.
What else the desks are facing different ways, and those 3 children in the back are sitting on benches.
Right. There's 3 students back here that are sitting on a bench in the back of the room because there weren't any more desks.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of kids in this classroom too, huh?
There's like 76. I mean, like at least 26.
What else do you notice about the kids?
I see this coal. The thing to make heat.
The heater.
Yeah, like for trains when you throw the coal in there so it can move.
Yep, but what would this one be for?
To heat the classroom.
To heat the classroom? You don't have that in your classroom today,
no.
No, you don't.
Or else we would be bumping into that.
Yeah, you imagine how hot that thing would be?
Yeah. We would get like a sunburn.
What else do you notice about the class?
The desks are wood instead of metal.
The desks are made of wood. Yep. Do you see any differences about the kids?
They're separated into short and big.
Some of them look younger, and some of them look older.
And then there's desks with no one there, I think, right?
Where?
At the end of the corner right there.
Oh, no, they're probably sitting. That's just the corner of that right there. So it's the corner of the desk right here.
Oh, okay.
Do you know why there were big kids and little kids in the same class? It's okay if you don't.
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, a long time ago, schoolhouses used to be one room. Remember you said that schools used to be really short? Yeah, it's because they were just one room.
Like just...
Yep, just one room. You could walk in and that's your classroom. And because there were so many different ages...
Yeah, but why is there a door right there?
Well, that's where you come in.
Oh.
From the outside. But
I thought like the exit was like on the other side. Like,
yep, there was one school and there was one classroom and you would have every age in that classroom. Yep.
Wait, so like all the way to 100?
Well,
basically?
Not to 100, but like, you know how you were in kindergarten and now you're in first grade?
I got older.
And now you're going into second grade?
I got older.
Yeah. And back then...
like at least 4 or 5 in kindergarten, and I grew up 6 with the birthday, and I got another birthday, so it made me 7 in first grade.
Yeah. Back then, kindergartners, first graders, and second graders, third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders, they'd all be in the same classroom.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how do you think they would do their lessons with all those different ages? Because kindergartners are learning the alphabet, and first graders are learning to read. So how do you think they would do their lessons?
Wait, so kindergartners might be that one, and then the first graders might be that one.
Yeah, these might be the younger grades, and then these are the older grades. How do you think they would do their lessons? How do you think the teacher would teach them? if they're all
maybe like
learning different things?
They'll learn the same thing, just they'll put the kindergartners to do it the kindergarten way to learn that.
Yeah, you're right.
And the first graders will just learn the first grader.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They would take turns learning what they needed to learn. And then while one class did their studies, the next grade level would do what they're supposed to do. Sometimes they would learn things together, like the kindergartners in the first grade, they'd learn something together. You're absolutely right.
The chairs, they are supposed to be connected sometimes.
The chairs are connected, yep. They're connected right here. Yep.
And some of the desks are connected on like sides.
Yeah. Are your chairs connected?
Our chairs are connected like this,
and
our desk go like this.
Yep.
Like flat like that.
Yeah.
And we can open it like that.
Yep.
And some of these and these don't.
Right. And do you have blackboards? The chalkboards in your classroom?
No, we have whiteboards.
You have whiteboards. What else do you have in your classroom?
We have like these things that go like around like the pumpkins, but they all connect.
Yeah.
We have like these ABC things.
Do you remember your smart board? Do you remember the smart board in your classroom?
I don't think I have a smart.
Where it would give you the code. Remember the code?
Oh yeah,
for iPads. And you have do you see any iPads on their desks?
No.
What do they have on their desks?
They have paper and pencil.
Paper and pencils. Yeah, they didn't have iPads back then. How do we heat the classroom?
Throwing coal in there.
But how do we do it? Do we use one of these?
No.
In the classroom?
We have a heater. We have like a temperature thing.
A temperature thing?
Like outside.
Do you know where the heat comes out when you mess with the temperature?
The vent.
The vents, right? Where are the vents? In the classroom.
Like it could be on the wall. It can possibly be on the floor.
On the floor, yep. And do we have class in one room?
No, we have multiple classes.
We have multiple
classes.
Like,
this is my class, and there was another class right here, and there's a door to it, and sometimes people can walk to there. Like, if they think this is their school, they can walk over here.
Yep. So we have multiple classrooms, and why do we have different classrooms?
To make sure we're in the right classroom.
Right, but what's the difference between the classrooms?
There's different stuff in there.
And there's different
toys.
What's different between the class you were in last year and the class you were in this year?
It was a little small, and then it's a little bigger.
Right.
And the other classroom. Wait, no. The other classroom did have a door. I was gonna say, the kindergarten classroom didn't have a back door to.
Well, you said something earlier. Do you remember what it was? About the differences between the kids in the classrooms. Not these guys. Today. What's the difference between the kids in these classrooms?
They're spaced out, so they're way bigger spaced out.
Well, are you the same age as you were last year?
These are different ages.
So the classrooms now are what?
Are some of them are different ages, but
different
where they're like 6 and 7s and
right, and they're all in different
8s.
They're in different grades. Yep. So the grades are separated. They're not together like they are here.
Like they wouldn't just all be 5s.
Yep. Do you notice anything else about these?
No.
Do you notice their clothes?
Yeah, and the windows are bigger.
They're dressed. These guys are dressed really nicely. The girls are in dresses, and the boys are wearing ties or sweaters.
Yeah, and
do you wear ties or sweaters to school?
No.
What do you wear to school?
Shirts and pants, like normal things. And I noticed that in our schools we don't have big windows, right? But these do. See that?
Yep. And do you have multiple teachers in your school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this only has one.
That only has one.
I bet that's hard.
That would be hard for me. They have one teacher to teach all those kids, all different
I would say
ages.
like 3 could handle that.
Yeah, 3 probably could handle that. But yeah, one teacher.
Yeah, and schools were in the middle of nowhere, possibly.
Yeah.
Like, basically.
Sometimes.
They were kind of like in the forest.
Sometimes. So, okay, we're going to do an activity. Okay? We're going to see what you learned. Okay? And you can use this for reference if you need to look at it. Okay? All right. So, I'm going to give you a scenario or a thing. And you're going to tell me if that's something that we have now, or Tyler, you're going to tell me if that's something we have now or they had back then.
Okay.
And we're just going to put it up. Okay, so students of the same age are together in one classroom.
That
one's kind of tricky. It sounds kind of weird.
I would say like middle.
Well, okay, so let's put it like this. Kids who are the same age are put in one classroom.
No.
So is that a now thing, or was that a back then thing?
I would say back then.
Back then?
Uh-huh.
Are all these kids the same age?
No.
So do you think kids of the same age being put in one room would be
No,
then?
no, now.
Now. Because why?
Because back then it was just one classroom.
One classroom with
billions, like basically billions of kids.
And they were all
not the same age.
There you go. You got it. You know what you're talking about.
I was going to say just
so,
the same age.
Schools now put students of the same age together in one classroom.
Possibly, because we have like 6, 7s, and 8s.
You're right. I shouldn't say that. I should say they're grouped together. Because you're right. They can be different ages. You're absolutely right. But not far.
Yeah, we could get 9s.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well, so what we should say is schools put students who are on the same grade together. Right? That would make more sense.
Yeah, or like in kind of like a 3-number group.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we have 3-number groups.
You ready for this
6,
one?
7, and 8. Yep.
Schools only had one room and one teacher.
Then.
And back then. Good job.
See, like, so this could be colored. It would be like a forest and then like stuff around it. Just a natural school in the forest.
Okay. Schools use wood-burning stoves to keep warm. Is that now?
No, it's then.
It's then. You're right.
That's really easy. These 2 are easy.
Super easy. All right.
Yeah, that one was a little harder.
Schools have many rooms and many teachers.
Now,
that's a now thing.
Wait, I just noticed something. That school is bigger than this one.
Yeah, because that's the school that is now.
And there's multiple people. There's people instead of for this one.
Yep. Okay.
Ooh,
schools use electricity for heat and light.
That would be like a then. No, now.
What did they use for heat? What did they use for heat?
Then!
No, honey.
It was the stove.
Right, they used a stove. So see, schools long ago used wood-burning stoves to keep warm in the winter. So, schools use electricity for heat and light.
So, now.
Did they use electricity?
No, now.
Good. And look, there's that little thermostat thing you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. We
Yep.
have one that just goes
It's a dial. Yep.
Yeah. So it'll show up. And back then, I think, if I'm correct, it wouldn't show you if it's hot or cold. Right? Because it will slowly change the red if you're getting hotter, and it will slowly change the blue if you're getting colder.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Schools put students of different ages in one classroom. Good job.
This is actually a fun activity. I've never done one of these activities yet. Well, I've done some of them. Not
Schools.
I just said one.
Yeah.
I said I haven't done one of these activities.
Yeah. Schools had only chalkboards. Good job. Because that's a chalkboard back there, isn't it? See?
Yeah. Oh, we do that too. We do like complicated. Like we have to like I was really smart. I didn't even know I could do this, but I was just making random lines, and I kind of made a police. Kind of made like a police, like yelling. Like there's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was actually really cool. It was just made out of lines.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
He was really blocky though.
Schools used desks, books, paper, pencils for learning.
That would be now, I guess.
Well, you're right. It could be a now thing. Should we put it down here?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a clue later on that will help us figure out where it wants to go.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What about schools have smartboards, computers, and other technology for learning?
That would be now.
Now.
Ooh.
So.
Oh yeah, like computers. Where we like learn stuff.
Yep.
Like there's math games, but like Flappy Dragons.
So where do you think this one would go? Do you think it'd still go in the now?
Yeah, now.
Or do you think?
Yes, now.
Or do you think that they're trying to put it into the past?
Now.
I think you're right. I
Because
still think that.
Books. It said books, right?
Well, this says books. This is books, paper, pencils, and desks for learning.
But
Only.
it's a long time ago.
Well, they're cheating now. But you're right. You are right. We still use books for learning. We still use paper and pencils.
But it said only.
And we still use desks. I still think that's a maybe. I still think that belongs in both categories.
No. That says only, so that would be a pass.
Yeah, but do you use your desk for learning?
Yeah.
Do you use paper?
Yeah.
Do you use pencils?
Yeah.
And books?
Yeah.
We still use them now.
Yeah.
So I think we can put that in the middle.
We wouldn't only use books.
You're right. We wouldn't only use this because we would use our smart boards or technology. Okay.
Yep, so that would be
all right. That was a good debate. Good job. All right.
Last one? Last two?
This is the last one.
Oh, that's the last
Which
one.
we didn't get a chance to talk about this, so this is going to be interesting.
Ooh.
Schools have other areas in the classroom for learning.
That's now.
That's definitely now. Why do you say that's now?
Because
Do you see centers in this school?
centers?
Yeah, like you know how you had areas for centers? Like block centers.
I don't see any centers.
Yeah, you don't see any
but
centers.
this can be like a center, like in the middle right here.
Yeah, but is there a center there?
No.
Do you see toys that they can play with here?
No.
See blocks?
Because they're not next to a store, you can't buy any.
Well, schools weren't about playing back then.
Oh.
They didn't have toys in school. School is where you learned and learned only.
Yeah. And about that now, in library, they have circle desks.
Yeah, they don't have a library here.
Because it's only one class.
Only one class.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. Okay. So, now that we've had time to talk about schools now and schools long ago, I want you to write in your journal, which this paper is going to be your journal. And it says, think about how different school was long ago.
Ooh.
Would you want to be a student in that kind of school? Why or why not? Okay, so you're just going to write here, you're going to write if you would like to be in that kind of school now, or if you like being in the school you have now, and after you decide whether you'd want to be in a school back then or a school now, I want you to tell me why.
Okay.
Okay, and then down here,
It says
draw a picture of your school. But you can draw a picture of the outside of school, you can draw a picture of your classroom, draw a picture of the library, anything you want to draw about your school right here.
Okay.
I'm going to pause the video while you do that.
Okay.
Okay, Tyler. So, did you pick a school back then, or did you pick your school now?
Pick my school now.
Why?
Because, like, I wouldn't want to sit with no toys.
Yeah, there's no toys. What else was there? None of. That you would miss if you were in a school back then.
There wouldn't be no, like, friends. Like, there wouldn't be, like, you could still make friends. They're just, like, want to hear, like, any happiness from people.
Yeah. Do they not look happy in that picture?
No.
Not really, do they?
No, like, look at him.
What else? Can you think of something else? Of why you'd want to be in your school now compared to the school back then?
Because they have like fun stuff, like donuts. They made donuts last time.
Oh, your school has donuts?
Well, no, they just made donuts. Wait, no, she didn't make the donuts. She got the donuts.
Oh, you mean for your donut party?
Yeah. At school when we had a 10 all-class gold slope.
Yeah.